Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer live talk of the Crown. Hello and welcome. And it has been a really busy royal week. It's all been happening. We've got Harry and Meghan completing their royal tour Africa. We've got Harry and Meghan taking the press, putting legal action against the press. We've got the Cambridges with their Pakistan upcoming tour, slight details coming out. It's all been going on, and it's coming up to the end of the Queen's Balmoral break, summer break. So wow, we've had a lot going on. I hope you've all had a fabulous week, and I'm going to go and find the chat room right now. So I can see who is here, who's ready and waiting. If you're watching on catch up, hello to you. I'm sorry, some people have commented that when they watch on catch up they can't comment on the live stream. That's because it's not live anymore. So if you're watching once it's actually finished, then you can watch the chat. You can actually watch what people were saying. So that feature should work for you, but you will be unable to comment obviously in the live stream, but you can put a comment under the description box and just leave a comment on the video. Right, I can see lots of people have made it. We're going up. We have 143 already. I can see lots of conversation that was going on before I got here, but I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. And yes, I have had a good week. Thank you very much. Yes, summer vacation is almost over. Thank you to Christine, who says you look snazzy. Well, thank you. I've got my Scottish bow tie on today because obviously we haven't got much more opportunity to wear Scottish stuff for a while. I should have worn the tartan, but I wasn't really feeling in a tartany mood today. Yes, hello to everybody who's here. Right, so I do have a list, but if you're new to the channel, if you're new to my weekly live chats, I do a weekly kind of talk show, chat show, live chat, whatever you want to call it, each week on Saturdays at 10 PM GMT, that's British time. So of course you can always work out when that is for you, just type it into Google and you'll find out how many hours in front or behind you are. So apart from the odd week, I always make these live chats, so you can pretty much, set your clock by me. Obviously, sometimes there are time changes, so you have to look out for those as well. But we talk about all things royal. I will answer and talk about whatever you want to talk about. This is a chat led by you guys, and I'm assisted by my fabulous, wonderful team of moderators. So I just wanted to say a really big thank you to my moderators, and I will give them a golden fan flap for all the continued support that they give to me and you guys and the channel. So thank you so much to my moderators. You get a wonderful fan flap for just being wonderful and amazing and being really good friends. So thank you very much to the moderators. I will explain about slow mode. We are on slow mode on the chat, and that is to help keep things at a more manageable pace, because otherwise we have messages whizzing all the way down, and also it helps about trolls and that kind of thing. Sorry, something just popped up on my screen. It also helps with trolls, because then trolls can't continue putting on their messages. Right, I've just seen something come on my screen, so I want to just kind of see what it is. Oh, I don't know what it is. Okay. I don't know what it was. Something just popped up on my screen. So, let's see what people are saying. Thank you to Cindy. Thank you to Barbara. I do need a tartan fan. I really do. Let's see what H. London says. Any additional info on the lawsuit? No. We have no further details on that, and I don't think we're going to be getting any further details for a while, for probably quite a long while, because these cases may not even come to court next year. It might be the year after. I heard talk maybe of it being 2021 before anything finally comes of this. So this could be quite a long process, and I don't think we're going to be getting any further details pretty much until it all happens. So yes, nothing at the moment. Southern Belle says, how is the Queen feeling? Is she having knee surgery after her speech? I've not heard anything about knee surgery, so I'd have to look into that one. Let's skip all the way down to the very bottom. Helen Grohl says, hello, on my computer. Hope you are feeling better. Thank you so much. And Laurie says, are the Sussexes taking a mini vacation to recover from their travels? If so, do we know where? Well, I haven't heard that they're on a mini vacation, and of course we don't know where, if indeed they are on one. So at the moment we don't know if they are on one, and if they are on one, we don't know where they are on it. I mean, obviously, you know, after a tour can be quite strenuous, so you would expect a little bit of downtime after a big tour. I mean, you know, this is, you know, a big tour, and with, you know, 70 plus engagements, it can take its toll. So a little bit of downtime, I think, is expected, but of course we don't know where that is. I personally think that's probably at home. I think they've probably just wanted, after being away, I mean, of course, you know, they've enjoyed being away and they've enjoyed the tour, but everybody, I don't care who you are, when you go away somewhere, sometimes it's always nice to be back in your own bed and the comfort of your own home. So I think, personally, they've probably gone back to Frogmore and they're probably just spending a bit of family time at Frogmore Cottage, on the Frogmore estate. That's personally where I think they might be. It's probably where I'd want to be after being away for a while. Angelica says, today you look extra slim and extra smart, thank you. Well, I'll take the slimness. Shall we see if I'm extra slim? I don't know. What do you think? Is that looking svelte? I don't know. Look, I can pinch it in. What are we thinking? Does it look svelte? I may have lost a bit of weight, I don't know. I can't think why, but I may have lost a little bit of weight. Anyway, Christine says, there were cute pictures of the Cambridges. Yes, we're going to be talking about that a little bit later. I have some links to share, so so hold on to that thought for a moment. Will I do a tartan Christmas tree? I am going to do, I think, a royal themed Christmas tree this year. I didn't do one last year. I think I'm going to do one this year. But I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. It might be in here. I don't know. It might be somewhere else. Auntie D says, either you're glowing or you're you should see the lighting in front of me. If I don't look good with the amount of lighting I've got in front of me, I don't know how I could possibly look good. But thank you. Julia says, what is this jibber jabber about Harry moving to the US? I see a trip. No, they're definitely not moving to the US. That's just tabloid talk. However, you know, a holiday, a trip, a vacation, or even a tour upcoming could potentially happen, of course. But we don't know when, you know, I mean, if it's a private holiday to go and see Doria or something like that, it will be private. So we aren't going to get any announcement. If we do have an official visit to America, then yes. But I would probably say that won't be for a while, because there are plenty of other places in the Commonwealth that they have still yet to visit as a married couple. However, if they do visit Canada, there is potential for a little hop over into the US. So potentially there could be a little crossover if they do a Canadian tour at some point. Let's scoot down a little bit. Elliot Poodle says, can we send you royal themed ornaments? Yes, you most certainly can. I will put them on a tree. Definitely, thank you. Veronique says, I love this blue, handsome, thank you. I like this blue too. I wasn't feeling tartany today. Like I said, I wanted to be nice and fresh. Nancy D says, no matter what your size, you are a handsome young man. Thank you. I wish everybody thought that. Nancy D says, oh no, I've read that one. Cheryl says, it was nice seeing the Cambridges at the football match. It was. Oh, God. Okay, should we do it now? Should we just do the Cambridges now? Because I know people want to talk about it. So, oh, hang on. What's going on? Oh, hang on. Who's messaging me? Sorry, I've got someone messaging me. I don't know who it is. I really have no clue. Oh, right, okay. I have no idea who it is. Anyway, let's just carry on. I will work out who it is after. Anyway, The Cambridges, yes. Let's just look at the Cambridges. So, I'm going to post a link. I'm sorry, it is the Daily Mail, so you can make your own judgment calls on whether or not you want to open the link or not. Whether you, I know some people are not supporting these sorts of publications, but they do have all the photos in one place, so it makes life, you know, a lot easier for me. So you can make that judgment call yourself. I am leaving that entirely up to you. You do not have to feel obliged to click on anything that you do not want to. But the pictures are here of Prince George. So if you're happy to just, you know, listen to me talking about them, that's fine. If you want to follow, that's fine too. And I'm not going to read the whole article, but I am going to examine the photographs and talk about them and react to them. So this is the first time that we have seen in public, officially, Prince George at a football match. Now, we all know that Prince William is a huge football fan, and he supports a team in the UK called Aston Villa, which is not a million miles away from where I live, to be quite honest. And yes, he is very passionate. We saw that video, was it a few months ago now, where he was jumping up and down and screaming and you know, being really excitable and all that kind of thing. Just, you know, Prince William, the Duke of Cambridge, just shares, you know, this passion of football, and it looks like he's sharing it with his son and heir George. So here we see Prince George, and it's a threesome, a three in the unit outing. So we haven't got Charlotte, we haven't got Louis, but we do have George, we do have Catherine, and we do have William, and they look like they're having a thoroughly good time. In the first photograph, they are all smiling, and it's a beautiful photo. Obviously, they're press photographs, they're paparazzi type photographs, so I can't use them on the channel, but we can talk about them. And George is wearing a shirt with what appears to be a big football on the front, grinning. He's got a toothy grin, so he's obviously wanting a new tooth for Christmas. All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth, definitely. And I have to say, I'm loving George's hair. I want that hair. I used to be blonde, in fact, I used to be blonder than George when I was his age. But yeah, definitely I think he has William's hair. So maybe when George gets older, he might lose it too. I don't know. But anyway, at the moment, he has gorgeous, lovely, blonde, luscious locks that I am dead jealous of. And I'm sure William is probably dead jealous too. So, but yes, they just look adorable. They're dressed in casual, kind of smart casual. William's still in a shirt, but a nice kind of blue jumper on. Now, Catherine looking just always gorgeous. I mean, she always looks gorgeous. Always impeccable. She always looks impeccable. Yes, and, oh, there we go. Yes, underneath his top, he's wearing an Aston Villa t-shirt. So there we go. It's unequivocal. We know that Prince George's favourite team is Aston Villa. He's taken after his dad. So there we go. Oh, he's clapping in the next one. I'm liking that. And yes. Ooh, who's the man with the big beard and the flat cap in front? I have no idea. That's an impressive beard, sir, I would say. Impressive beard indeed. Now, I like the picture underneath. I really, really do. Because it is kind of William kind of looking at the football and listening to George, and he's kind of doing the kind of eye look, which I love. I think that's an adorable picture. And Catherine's looking somewhere else. I don't know where Catherine's looking. I don't know. Maybe she's seen someone in a cute outfit that she wants to get the designer of. I don't know. But anyway, she's looking into the distance, and they look. Oh, in the next one, she's more engaged. I think she's definitely more engaged in that one. But of course, Catherine is sporty herself, so you know, she likes attending sports matches in stadiums. That's kind of her thing. Now, if you want to know what she's wearing, I won't go into prices, but she is wearing a Barbour jacket. That's B-A-R-B-O-U-R. And I have one myself. Obviously not the same as Catherine's, but I do have a male one. Maybe I'll show you one day, but I do have a similar coat. And actually mine was a similar price as well. So they are affordable. It's not like, you know, an extreme cost. But anyway, I just thought I'd mention that it is a Barbour jacket. Now, I think they may have gone with friends because there are other children around. So I'm thinking friends, definitely. just lots of joyous photographs, and then obviously there's photographs underneath that were released for Prince George's birthday. There's also a really cute video that has emerged. Let me just find it now. This emerged in a tweet, so it's safe to open, and it was actually tweeted by Soccer AM. And I don't know whether you've seen it or not, but I'm hoping that my linking is going to work. But there is a really cute video of George being very animated. So I've just popped the link in there. By the way, if you're watching this on catch up, I will put both links in the description once I've gone off air and I've sort of set the video up properly. So give me a few minutes and then I will pop those links in so that you'll be able to follow along. So yes, just looks really, really adorable and cute. A really fun family day out at the football. How much more normal could you get? I mean, that is pretty normal, I would say. Let's have a look. Yeah, rah rah, Prince George. Sharona says, how your hairpiece is coming so you can wear the dilemma. Yes, hairpieces all around. Live, Love and Laugh says, yes, it's called Aston Villa. And yes, the team won 5-1. My goodness. So lots of joy. Jan Williams says, no photos of Meghan and Harry returning to London. If there are, I haven't seen them. Has anyone seen any photographs? I don't think so. Constance says, I was blonde as a child, but now all blonde streaks are placed there. Well, mine's got darker. I mean, it's going grey now, but mine's got darker, but, you know, it in the sunshine, it does lighten. It does go a bit more blonde again. But yes, mine started going darker, I don't know, 15, 16, it just started to get more of a, I'm a dirty blonde. I'm a dirty blonde, people. Don't start. Don't start. I'm a dirty blonde. That's right. Rosary says, yeah, the title didn't mention Princess Charlotte, but she was sitting with her mum. Oh, was she? I didn't see Charlotte. Hang on. Let me go back to the photographs. Wait. Hang on. Maybe I missed that. Did I miss Princess Charlotte? Let me go up. Hang on. Oh, yes. Of course. There indeed. There indeed she lies. My goodness. Yes. Who wrote this article? They missed Princess Charlotte off entirely. And you know what I'm like with faces in a crowd. My goodness. Yes. So there we go. Let's just scoot down. Yes, she was there. I will correct myself. I will issue a retraction. I will issue a retraction and a full apology on my own channel. I will retract myself and say, yes, Princess Charlotte was there. My goodness. Right. Christine says, blue is my colour. Thank you. Ron says, will Charlotte be allowed to play soccer? Yes. I mean, still in the UK, in terms of professional football, we have men's teams and we have female teams. Women's teams, and the women's football in recent years has become increasingly popular. It's become really popular, especially seeing as the women's team did so well. I mean, the England team in particular has done incredibly well. We have some amazing female players, so I'm sure Charlotte will be inspired by them, by the female members of the English team, and of course the women's league. Now, will we ever get to the point where we have mixed teams? I don't know. I mean, I'd kind of quite like to see that. I mean, you know, if you're really, really good, I'd quite like to see it. But still, at the moment, we have male teams, we have female teams. But I would like to see maybe at least one tournament in the year where it's mixed. I don't think that's been done, as far as I'm aware. So I would like to see that. But yes, I'm sure that has been very inspiring. Yes, HN the King, there she lies. There she be. There she be indeed. Rochelle, if it keeps cutting off, restart your computer or something. There is nothing I can do from my end. Once I'm live, that's it. And sometimes I have my own technical issues. Ooh, Tamay. Is it Tamay? He's saying, yes, I think I said it correct. Tamay is saying, hello from Cream Cheese, Philadelphia. I love Philadelphia. I have some in the cupboard. I bought some the other day. I haven't broken into it yet, but I'm going to. Thank you to Lynn. Oh no, why is it saying the video is not available in your area? I haven't, no clue. No clue whatsoever. Right, I'm scooting down to the bottom. Hang on. Sharona says, sorry, I meant the Queen's diadem. You said about getting it. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, sorry, I completely misread your question. Yes, I have a George IV diadem, but it's mini size. When it came, it was mini. I was expecting one to actually fit a human head. But no, it's really mini. It's really good for display purposes, but it's not going to fit on my head. So the only way I thought of fitting it on my head was if I got a hair bun. You know, like a Serena Williams hair bun when she was sipping her tea. In fact, I got inspired by Serena Williams' hair bun. And I thought, wow, if I had one of those just plunked on my head, the crown could, the diadem could fit over it. And then the hair bun would keep it in place from falling off. Ingenious. But I haven't found the correct hair bun. So, Serena Williams, if you are watching, Meghan, if you're watching, if anyone's watching who knows where to get a Serena Williams hair bun, my P.O. box is linked below. So, Serena Williams, send me a hair bun. I need one so I can wear my diadem. My goodness, yes. So my appeal is to Serena Williams to send me a hair bun. I need one. Or at least tell me where you get them from. And then I'll buy one and I'll wear one. So yes, that's my appeal, is to Serena Williams to help me. To help me to wear my diadem with pride. So there we go. Let's get this to Serena Williams. Tweet it to her, people. Right, Rosary says, how many bodyguards do you think attended? Well, at least one each. So, possibly 3? 4? 3, 4? Maybe just one between the kids? I'm thinking 3. 3, possibly. Yes, Charlotte was indeed seated between her mother and one of her godmothers. Well, she was seated between someone anyway. I did see her peeking. There she lies. Ellie Poole says, I want that on my tombstone. Indeed. I'm just trying to scoot down a bit because it keeps skipping all the way down to the bottom. Thank you. Lots of people liking the blue. I think it's, I mean, I've worn this lots before, but I think it's the really good lighting taking effect here. Georgia Sunshine, hello Christy, says, I have to go to work on dinner. Have a great night. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. Have a really good dinner. David says, any news or updates about Chicago Bears football game in London? Oh no, don't ask me. Sports, really? Sports? You're asking me a sports question? Not my thing. I'm sorry, I have no idea. I will honestly say no clue whatsoever. Rhonda says, you are extremely handsome. Well, thank you. Keep these compliments coming. Give me compliments. Keep them coming, people. I want compliments. Keep them coming from my billions of subscribers. Yes, billions. Southern Lady says, good night, Georgia Sunshine. Yes, have a really good dinner. The bears in London. Well, there are bears in London, but I don't think they're the ones that you're thinking of. But there are most certainly bears in London. I may have seen a few. Live, Love and Laugh says, hi David, didn't know the bears were... Who are these bears? I don't even know who they are. Donna, Double Donna. I'm going to call you Double D. Double D, Double Donna. Get your double Ds. Hello Elliot, you look awesome. Thank you for being you. No, thank everybody for coming to watch. You've put up with me for nearly 4 years. My goodness, on this platform. Thank you for putting up with me. Sean says, George looked like he was positively possessed with the vibe of the game. Well, that does happen to men, I've heard, when they attend football games. Personally, I've never been. It's not really my thing, but I have heard. It's legend that it just being in that environment transforms men into these crazed people that are obsessed. Yes. So yes, it's had the effect on William, and it's having the effect on George too. Yes, my flag's falling down. Hang on while I correct my flag. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Yes, well, when I get my proper set, I won't have to keep putting a flag on a chair, will I, people? Let's just make sure it's completely up. There we go. Right, it's up. And don't let me forget to drink. I need to keep drinking. I will have a drink in a moment. Right. Let's have a look. I think there's one bodyguard and one nanny reckon for such a low-key event. I mean, yeah, it depends how discreetly they are placed, I suppose. But definitely a nanny as well. Auntie D says, I'm going to the beauty supply and look for a Serena bun. She probably had someone make the bun. Quite possibly. I mean, like I say, I haven't found one. I've Amazoned buns, hair buns. My goodness. I keep getting recommendations for hair pieces now and weaves. I keep getting, these clip-on weave recommendations. My goodness. And no, I can't find one. So yes, if you can go to a weave shop or something and get me an amazing hair bun, I will be forever thankful. Christine says, I went to football in London 3 years ago. We had a blast. Like, I've never been. That's really bad, isn't it? I really should go. Mona Lisa Smile says, currently watching a documentary, Prince Andrew and Scandal in the House of York. Oh my goodness, dare I go on? Nothing to do with the actual discussion chat here, but just thought I'd mention it. Well, thank you for mentioning it. Is it about the current scandal or older ones? Do let me know. Southern Lady says, lighting is wonderful, your skin is glowing, very handsome, thank you. Yes. Southern Ladies, oh, I've read that one. I won't read that I look handsome again. I'll get a complex. Ali G said, hello, Ali G in the house, brap. Says, hi all, hope everyone's well. You look ready for a royal gala. Oh, I do, don't I? I wished I could have attended the Gillies Ball, or the Gillies Ball, whichever you want to say. Hello to Beverly in Wichita, Kansas. I love that name. Maybe that could be a drag name, Wichita. I like it. Sounds like a drag name. Wichita. Yes. Adrian the King says, you're welcome. Thank you. Our Coat says, where's it gone? Oh no, where have you gone, Our Coats? I've lost your comment. Let me go up. Was it Princess Margaret who wore a hairpiece with a tiara at her wedding? I do believe it was. She had a massive bun, didn't she? Oh no, a beehive. They were called beehives, not... Yeah, I think they were beehives back then. Okay, the Chicago Bears are an American football team. I can confirm. Rosemary Chaplet says, slightly off topic, I keep seeing topics on Prince Charles being made regent when Queen Elizabeth... Oh, that's old news. Really, really, really old. So she could... Right. Years ago, there was this story saying that when the Queen reaches 95, that she's going to make Charles regent, and that is not the case. To have a regency, I've said this before, but I'll say it again for all my new viewers. You have to meet 3 criteria, and one of those criteria is kind of a bit defunct now. So to add old age as a criteria, you'd have to change the law, which there hasn't been. So the current criteria, there is a regency council, so the council can evoke a regency if any of these 3 criteria are met. So the first one, which is defunct largely now, is that if the monarch is absent. So by absent, what we mean is overseas. So for example, when Henry VIII used to go off to war, or for example, when Queen Elizabeth first became queen and she went off on a 6-month tour, there would have been a regency. I do believe the Queen Mother was regent, I think, when Queen Elizabeth, our current queen, was overseas on her tour. And I think Catherine of Aragon was regent back in the early days with Henry VIII, that kind of thing. But nowadays, with aeroplane travel, monarchs aren't gone long enough to have to need a regency. So that is largely gone now. The other 2 options are if you're not sound of body. So for example, if you have ill health and you cannot perform the duties of the monarchy. So let's just say you cannot physically attend the opening of Parliament, you cannot physically perform any duties. If you're really ill, then you can have a regent, either until you're better or indefinitely. The next option is the mind, if you are not sound of mind. So let's just say you went mad, or you had dementia, or you had some kind of mental health issue that in bygone days wasn't treated, nowadays could be treated, but let's just say it was really, really bad. Let's just say the Queen got dementia. I mean, fingers crossed that she doesn't, touch wood. But let's just say, she developed dementia, like lots of elderly people do. Um, I don't think she will, by the way, but, touch wood. But let's just say she did. Then the council could evoke a regency. So there isn't a provision in British law for old age. So even if the Queen said, I'm 95, I want Charles to be regent, she could put that to the government of the day, but it would be up to the government to actually change the Regency Act to include old age. And I don't think they would, if they did do that, I don't think they would set it at a specific 95. I think what they would do is they would say, something ambiguous, like, when the monarch reaches a grand age. I think it would be quite woolly, fluffy language. Like when the monarch reaches a grand age, they could ask the Regency Council to put forward a regency. Now, of course, the Regency Council, in that case, could, let's just say you had a monarch who was 55 and decided, I don't want to do it anymore, I want a regent. The Regency Council would probably say, no, you're only 55. Let's. I think you can carry on for a few more years. So it would only ever be, I think, if a monarch got into their 80s or 90s, that kind of thing. So the law would have to be changed. So at the moment, no, I don't think there's any going to be any regency when the Queen gets to 95. However, who knows? If the law was changed, then that could happen. Okay. Yeah, Saturday nights are not the same without a live chat. Okay. Laurie Clark says, question about the engagement. We're talking about Beatrice, I take it. On average, what's the time frame between the announcement and a set date for the wedding? Well, I mean, it varies from person to person, but I would probably say kind of 9 months-ish. I mean, depending, but yes, I would probably say, 6 to 9 months time frame probably. So I imagine we will be hearing, within the matter of 4 or 5 months, I would probably say. No, but I'm changing so much in the house. I'm changing everything elsewhere. This is going to be the last room to get done, so you will see changes in here. That's if I continue to film in here. I may not film in here. I may be filming somewhere different very soon. So hold the press on that one. Thank you for all the blue comments. Yes, Maria Barr, testosterone frenzy in those football stadiums. Roz says Serena went to school for fashion design. She is no faker. Oh, I didn't know that about her. Wow. Samantha says, oh my god, you in a weave. I would wear one. Don't think I wouldn't. I would. If someone sent me one, I'd wear one. I'd clip it in. Or I'd sew it in. I don't know. I do watch weave videos. I love the fixing of a full frontal weave. I really do. I do, indeed. Is the Queen back in London? Not yet. Right, I skipped all the way down to the bottom. Hang on. Right, LD Poodle says, go to a salon in your town and ask a hairstylist. I would feel so embarrassed actually walking into a physical place and asking for a hair weave. Jan Williams says, I love this. First time viewing. How do I follow you? You click on the subscribe button. And I'm not sure where that is for you. Where is it located? Okay, once it's finished, click on my little royal reviewer name, and then it'll take you to my main channel page, and then click subscribe if you can't see the subscribe button already. Maybe I can't see it because it's my channel, but maybe you can see it on yours. But yes, just look for the subscribe button. Okay, I will drink more water. Island Girl says, Andrew needs to not go on tour if reputation is sunk. Well, I mean, until we have a charge, really, he's probably going to carry on with duties. Although I do know that he has pulled, some engagements and some things that may be slightly controversial, especially around children. So, in terms of a tour and engagements, you know, he's probably going to carry on with the majority of it, but, you know, until there's any charge or anything like that, I don't think we will see a full retraction from royal duties. Laurie Clark says, it's pronounced Wichita. No, I got to do it with the American voice. Wichita. Yes. Sounds like Skeletor. H.M. the King says, I'm Irish. I won't forget to remind you to drink. Yes, but there's no Bailey's Irish cream in my water. Although I do like a little bit of Bailey's Irish cream. Thank you for all the blue comments. I think the blue is popping tonight because of my lights. I think it is. Elderly Poodle, I mean, I like... Okay, she's asking if I can sip something stronger. Well, I'm not really an alcohol person, but I do have a little bit of champagne at Christmas and a bit of Bucks Fizz, or a bit of champagne on a special occasion, or I do also like a little tot of Bailey's Irish cream. And maybe... Okay, now it sounds like I drink a lot, doesn't it? And maybe the odd cocktail on a special occasion. But that's not very much. No, having a baby is not an illness. Flossmore Payne says, Jamie's post on Facebook of the Queen's tour of Pakistan was wonderful. Looking forward to the Cambridge's tour. There will be so much to compare. Well, I think it will be different. I mean, one of the things that they said in their statement was that it's, also what the royal reporters were coming out with, because let's not forget that they attended a meeting where a lot of the engagements have been embargoed until they happen because of security reasons. But they did say that logistically it is the most complex tour that the Cambridges have undertaken or are going to undertake to date. So they also said that there's going to be a lot of really interesting, unusual engagement. So I don't think it will completely echo the Queen's visit. So I think we'll be seeing something a lot more modern, but I think it will still get into the culture of Pakistan. Southern Belle says, is a hair donut? It is a hair donut. Okay, well I need donuts. Send me donuts. Yes, Krispy Kremes will do. I'll stick one of those on my head. Samantha Allen says, in Denmark, several royals can be regent. Crown Princess Mary has just been nominated. I don't think we've ever had more than one regent at a time in the UK. I don't think. I don't think I've heard of any more. So no, I think the rules are different. Billy Blair says, Harry does not earn a salary. You are correct, he does not. He's already giving all his time and energy. He shouldn't be expected to donate money as well. I mean, sometimes the royals do donate, they do make personal donations. Sometimes it's disclosed, sometimes it's not. It depends on what they want. For example, the Queen sometimes makes donations, private donations to disasters across the world, that kind of thing. So if a royal decides to do that, then it's purely from the goodness of their own heart. But I agree, they shouldn't be expected to do it. Harry doesn't receive an official salary, although he is supported in his living, of course, by his father and the Queen at the moment. But of course, once his father is the king, it will be entirely the king. So there are allowances, and of course the grace and favour home and that kind of thing. So although lots of European monarchies do receive an official salary, in the UK they don't. So it's a little bit more complex than just salary, not salary, that kind of thing. Some Bell says, get them off Amazon, the hair donut. I didn't know which one to get because lots of them... Look, this is how much detail I looked into it. Lots of them have these little clip things that you have to secure onto a pony. Now look, my hair may be long at the front, but I haven't got enough for a pony at the back. So, it's like, what am I clipping it into? So, how am I going to secure it into my hair? I need one with, like, clips, like, little clip things. Ugh, I don't know, the complexities of putting on a hair donut. I don't know. Right, Rosary says, there's one country or two where the limit for being ruler is 25 years. Then they retire or abdicate, and the heir presumptive assumes the throne. Wow. No, I don't really like that idea, I don't think. No. Catherine says, why does the people in Britain think the tabloids are real news? How are you doing? In North America, the tabloids are a disgrace. Well, I don't think you can say that everybody in the UK reads the tabloids, because we do have broadsheets as well, which are the more sort of actual real news. But the red tops, as we say in the UK, the tabloids, all the ones that are red at the top, are pretty much gossip, and as we know, they take the format that they do. They aren't always entirely truthful. Sometimes they take elements of truth and then spin a yarn, as they say. But don't think that everyone in Britain falls for it, because they don't. Just because it's published, and I suppose they do have a fairly large circulation, but lots of people can see that it is often opinion presented as fact. Not everybody reads them. Lots of people, also read broadsheets. But yes, I mean, there are some people that unfortunately believe everything they read, but it's not everybody. It's not the entire of the British population. We're not all that stupid. Thank you. HN the King. Oh no, where's your comment gone? It keeps jumping. Hang on. I'm going down. Where's it gone? Okay. As you wish, Miss Grohl. Elliot, drink water now. I will. I'm drinking water. I've got to keep hydrated. Film in your boudoir. Well, I am redoing the boudoir. The boudoir will have lots of boo in it. It'll be bouge. The boudoir will be bouge. Let's put it that way. Sean says, so let's say William does develop a mental illness when he's on the throne at, let us say, 47. Then would that make George regent since he would be 16, or will Harry be regent? I don't think they would appoint George as regent at 16. So in your scenario, if that happened, I think the most likely regent would be Catherine, because she would be queen consort. So yes, I think the most likely regent would be Catherine, not Harry. Because, let me explain why. Because dating back, sometimes the mothers of royal children, royal heirs, did take on that role. Sometimes it was uncles. I will give you that. Sometimes the uncles did kind of seize power, if you like. However, I think in today's world, it would be Catherine. I'm pretty as certain as certain can be that it would be Catherine. Thank you for all the comments on the blue. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing the flower brooch today. Look, the Queen's replica flower basket brooch, and the fringe tiara. Yes, Palmer, there are people everywhere that take tabloids seriously, unfortunately. Mrs. B says, I tune in late, and the first word I hear you saying is bottom. This is becoming quite a fixation. Well, we all like a nice bottom, don't we? Thank you to Gavin. Sean says it can't be Catherine because she is not a royal by bloodline. You can. To be a regent, you don't have to, I don't believe. Like I say, I'm sure there are examples in the past, especially in the Tudor period, I think, where there have been mothers who have taken on the role of regent. I'm sure there has been. Cindy says, I just got my results from Ancestry. I'm 79% Great Britain and Wales. Wow. 9% Irish. Wow, that's really good. 79% British is really good. Elliot Poodle says, tell the hairstylist you're appearing in a play. Anything. What play could I possibly be appearing in that would require a hair donut? I have no idea. Catherine says, do you think it is fair that Prince Charles has to wait till his mother dies to be king? The Queen has served her country with honour. It's just the way it is. It's not about whether it's fair or not. I mean, it's not Big Brother. You don't vote in who you want in and out. It's a set procedure. There is a line. It has to be followed, and sometimes it's tough. I will take another look at Amazon. Yes, the regent is only a caretaker role. Sharona says, I found you a hair bun. How do I get you? Oh, if you're a member of the Facebook group, Royal Reviewer and Friends, you can post it in there. Southern Belle says, the Victorians made their own hair balls and buns from loose hairs. Called it a rat's nest. Or maybe I could collect cat fur and make a hair bun out of cat fur. Oh, drink, I am. Hedge Nicking says, blue is popping. Do inform one as to the meaning of popping. Well, I don't know, pop, pop, pop. That sort of popping. Wichita is a Native American tribe. Okay. Let's have a look. Helen Groll says, great to hear Bailey's Irish Cream. Enjoy it. I like it with ice cubes. Liv Nass says, I was surprised to know that Serena is multilingual. She speaks French, Italian and Spanish. Is there no end to that woman's talents? My goodness. Oh. Well, my goodness, she can play tennis. She's got amazing hair buns. She's a multilinguist. What else? What else can she do? I think I want to be Serena Williams right now. Mrs. Fiji says, jumping out, catching one's attention and standing out from the background. Yes, that's popping. Yes, I need to know where Sharona's bun is from. Mandy says, I've been seeing news all over the internet and even on magazines about how the Queen is planning on skipping Charles and naming William the King. She can't. There is a line and she cannot dictate who it goes to. Laurie Clark says, do you know when the last time the Queen took a foreign tour? Ooh, now was it like a proper full-on tour? Wasn't it Canada? Could it possibly have been Canada? Like, I mean, I'm not just talking just an overseas trip. Was it Canada? Or Australia? Canada or Australia, I'm going to tentatively say. Can someone do some Googling? I need Googling going on. Yum, Krispy Kremes, indeed. Mona Lisa Smile says, the documentary is a look at the controversies and scandals that have engulfed past Dukes of York, right up until Andrew's present day. Oh, well that sounds really interesting, actually. The grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men, he marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. Ethan the King says, last private donation made by the Queen was to help the victims of Hurricane Dorian. There you go. LD Poodle says, yes, Baileys whilst cooking Christmas dinner, champagne while dealing with family, a beer when cleaning up the Christmas mess. We all have our coping skills. Lots of alcohol there. Oh, you mean several regents to choose from? Oh, okay. I mean, usually, in the UK, it's just the heir apparent, really. Ethan the King says, wonder what the Queen has in her post office savings account. Oh, going back to the regent thing with Catherine, I think also it's to do with who has wardship of the child that you're going to be regent instead of if the child is young. So, for example, back in the Tudor times, when an uncle would kind of take power, they would kind of seize wardship of that child, and then they would become regent in place. So I think it also has a lot to do with wardship. So it's very unlikely that Harry, for example, would get wardship over Catherine the mother. So that's another reason why I'm saying it would be Catherine. There we go. Shining Star says the Telegraph has Charlotte on the... Well, thank goodness for that, because the Daily Mail did not. They need a black fan flap for leaving Charlotte out, because Charlotte was there too. And although we got a much better view of George, that goes to the Daily Mail. Oh, attach a bum with crazy glue. Oh, I'd be pulling out my own hairs. Fluffalong Pain says, don't do talk about Krispy Kremes. I'm doomed. They're opening in an outlet 3 doors down from me. I'll be as fat as butter. My goodness. You're going to have to control yourself. You're going to have your jaws wired shut. You're going to have to put yourself on a lead attached to the wall. Do everything you can to prevent yourself from being down that Krispy Kreme all the day. Grow a man bun. Oh my goodness. That would take forever just to get 1 crown on. Elect Lady says, if they got paid, then what would the public say? Right now they say their taxes pay them. It would be a double-edged sword, I think. Personally, I think we kind of have it right because, in a way, you don't really get to know the private expenses. So it perhaps affords a little bit more privacy with spending. Oh, why does it keep jumping? Right, stop jumping. Hang on. Oh, I have a donation. Antoinette Johnson, $50 towards a spa day. Well, thank you. I'm going to give you a golden fan flap. Thank you so much. Mwah. Now, I do have something exciting coming up on Monday and Tuesday, but like I say, I will talk about that another time. But thank you so much for that really kind donation. HN the King says, can you imagine her running down every Sunday with sunglasses and a headscarf? One wants to deposit 1,000 portraits of oneself. That would be amazing. Oh, my goodness. Yes, I could see it now. Minter says, the hair usually comes with stationary combs. Okay. Would it fit in my hair, do you think? Do I have the right length for those combs? Bobby pins. Okay, I'd need to get those. A broadsheet is like a tabloid size is like a, you know, a smaller size. A broadsheet is bigger. It's like a bigger paper with smaller writing. For more intelligent people, dare I say. So yes, we have like broadsheets, and then the tabloids are like smaller and more gossipy and that kind of thing. The broadsheets are more intellectual. For intellectual people, if you get my meaning. Yes, Little Annie, the broadsheets are the serious newspapers for intellectual people. Mrs. B says, don't think Harry will seize any ruling power from anyone. No, I don't think so. We're not in the Tudor times, people. Mary Brunn says, don't get a weave, and don't try the American accent. I will refrain. Liz Mom says, will Harry be a minor royal, i.e. Andrew or Edward, when the Cambridge's kids grow up? I mean, technically, yes, but I still think Harry will have a prominent role. I still think Harry and Meghan will both still be high-profile royals. I think he will have a key role for life. But yes, I mean, in terms of, comparisons, yes, it will be similar, I suppose. Lots of people loving the flower basket brooch. How much is the Queen worth? Round about £360 million, personal fortune. But if you were to add all the crown jewels and the crown estates, you're talking probably the richest woman in the world, certainly in Europe. So, but we don't. We don't count that because it's not her personal wealth to dispose of as she wishes. So the rich list in the UK, the Sunday Times rich list, used to include all of that, all of the crown estates and the crown jewels as hers. And when they did that, she was the richest person in Europe, I think possibly even the world at one point. Then probably about 25 years ago they stopped counting that, and she came down to about 360 to 80 million personal fortune. Jill says, the king and I for a legit hair bun. Livna says, when did that change? Because from watching Victoria, her mother was not voted regent because they didn't want her to be regent. That was the whole thing. So it's not entirely set in stone. But like I say, there have been examples where it's been the mother. there has been examples when it's been an uncle. But like I say, it's all usually to do with who has wardship. And of course, Victoria at that time was rebelling against her mother. She didn't want her mother to be regent. She wanted to do it herself. So she did. And as soon as she was queen, she dismissed her mother. She moved herself into Buckingham Palace, and she dismissed her mother from her bedchamber because she didn't want her mother to be regent. And Victoria knew that she didn't have to have that. So although her mother would have been very happy to have been her regent, and sort of said, oh well, 18 or 19, although it's of legal age, it's still too young. Victoria, you just carry on being a child, and I'll be regent for a few years. No, Victoria wanted freedom, and she knew that if she took on the duties that she was entitled to, and she banished her mother to Kensington Palace, and she moved to Buckingham Palace, that she could have that freedom that she so desperately craved. So Victoria was kind of, a different point altogether. Sophia says, how much is 1 billion in English monies? I read your replay yesterday, clicked on the link for Prince Harry's lawsuit, and that is the amount that's already been paid out for phone hacking. A billion in... a billion is probably something like, in dollars, probably something like 1.2 billion dollars. It's just kind of like a little bit more in dollars. So yeah, that kind of amount. Mrs. Fiji says, agree, but those people were known power grabbers. I don't think it's in Harry's nature. Yes, I don't think Harry's going to be trying to seize power anytime soon. Fatima Payne, I think Victoria's mother wanted to be regent, even though Victoria was of age, and Victoria said, it's not happening, I'm going to be queen, and you're going to live in Kensington Palace, and I'm going to Buckingham Palace, and I'm going to have a really good time. Mandy says, a play based off the old Chinese dynasties, or even in feudal era Japan. They often wore buns. Well, there you go. I want buns. I like big buns, and I cannot lie. Our Coat says, do you have your Bailey's Irish Cream in your coffee? I have had a Bailey's Irish Cream coffee, but I don't make them myself. But I have had some before. My mom makes really good ones of those. DC says, Victoria's mother had evil intentions to see her uncle was in charge until she turned 18. Yes. I'm sure Serena is a great mom too. Is there nothing this woman can't do? Aiton the King says, is Serena Williams related to that one called Wendy Williams? No, I don't think so. My goodness. Samantha Allen says, Queen Victoria did not need a regency. She took the throne at 18. I did get 50 books. Thank you. Thank you, Sharona. I will take a look at the link after. Yes, Serena is a loyal friend of Meghan. They are joined at the hip. Indeed. Wouldn't that be funny? Meghan and Serena joined at the hip trying to play tennis. Just had a funny thought there. Barbara Smith says, just wondering if you read the article in the Telegraph newspaper written by Judith Woods telling Meghan not to force Harry to choose between her and them. No, I haven't read it because I've been a little bit busy this week, but that sounds like a load of nonsense, if you ask me. Oh my god, Serena is also a fashion designer and a real estate tycoon. I need a bigger list, people, of her talents. Lavisa Will Wilson says, well, speaking of cat fur, I have seen ladies who knit sweaters. Oh, I've seen that too, it's gross. You just collect a few bags and send it off. No, I am not wearing a cat hair shirt. No, 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 no. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? I'd be trying to shake off tomcats for weeks. Serena is part owner of an American football team. Stop! Just stop. Stop it. Don't go there. Stop. I'm already jealous of Serena. I don't want to hear any more about her wonderful, amazing talents. Stop. Don't even do it. Mary Brunn says there is a website called Etriol the Dream. Oh yes. Yes, and that website uses copyrighted photos, so I shan't be talking about that one. Mandy says, yes, any news of the Queen wanting to skip someone in line to the throne is so ridiculous that it's actually amusing. It is indeed. I did read the donation. I'm just kind of skipping down. Ooh, well, no need to skip down. It's put me all the way down to the bottom. Hang on. Let's skip up a little bit. Hang on. Why does it keep skipping so much? Right, I'm going down again. Okay. Laurie Clark says, found it. She visited Malta for 3 days with the Duke of Edinburgh in November 2015. Well, there we go. It was Malta. Wow. Okay, do you know what? I vaguely remember the Malta trip. That was before I started doing my channel and doing reporting on the engagements. But I vaguely do remember her going to Malta, yes. HN the King says, if only that was the only reason the Daily Fail needed a black fan flap. Well, all I've got to say is just desserts may be on the way, if you know what I mean. Right, have I missed another donation? Because people keep saying about... No, I've read that one. I think I've read it. I've read it, people. I've read it. Right, going up again. Hang on. Right, I'm just scooting down a little tiny bit. Candice Very says, Elliot, I read the broadsheets. Well, you're an intelligent person then. Flossmo Payne says, absolutely roaring with laughter after your advice to avoid Krispy Kreme overdoses. I think it's very serious practical advice. HN the King, you need to take steps. HN the King says, I've never brought a physical newspaper before. Well, that's another thing. Nowadays, lots of people are getting their news in different ways. Online, YouTube, blogs, all that kind of thing. So, yes, it is changing. The landscape is changing. Mrs. Speed says, Harry will have a far lesser role in terms of his place in the hierarchy. How popular he remains may depend on his ongoing relationship with the public and the media, and also the Commonwealth as well, because he's, obviously got a big, and Meghan, got a big meaty role within the Commonwealth, and we can, they're only at the start of their journey with that at the moment, Hayden the King says, if you count it all, she technically is worth about 33 trillion. Yes, I mean, she'd probably be the richest person on the globe. However, we can't, I'm afraid, count it all. Samantha Allen says, back in the day, royals did kill each other for power. They did. And the throne, thankfully not anymore. Yes, I mean, you could win a throne. If you had a big enough army, even if you were not royal, you could take the throne and make yourself royal. So, yes. In fact, if you have a big enough army, you could do that today if you wanted. Right. Mrs. Feely says, regencies can churn up a lot of family politics. Yes. Elaine Sandhu says, mother of Mary Queen of Scots was a regent. Her father died before Mary Queen of Scots was born. Yes. There are, I mean, like I said, there are different examples, so it's not completely set. But I think the wardship or stewardship or custodianship of the person that you're being regent for was always very important. Oh, Carol, I would love the Queen's ship Britannia to be replaced. I mean, that is something I long for. I will campaign for that till the end of my days. Hashtag give the Queen back her royal yacht. Bassani Golf says, Candice Bavaria, the Times printed a very unflattering picture of the Duchess of Sussex this week in their article about her law. Oh, I didn't see that. Was it really bad? What type of photo was it? Oh, we all like a coupon. I like a coupon too. A discount code. I love a discount code. I'm all for the discount codes. Okay, Mint has given me some advice. The front or top of your hair, head comb should work. The back, bottom, I don't know since your hair is short. Do you have a hair place like Sally's where you can try them before you buy them? Probably, but I'd be too embarrassed to actually go in somewhere and try them. That's the thing. Yes, says the person sat here on YouTube to the world wearing a tiara. But yes, it's different when you're in your local town going into ask for that kind of thing. My goodness. Sorry, I'm skipping through a few. Curtis says, is Piers Morgan in trouble for Prince Harry? We don't know at the moment because obviously the phone hacking scandal, Piers Morgan was in charge of one of the publications. He was editor, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, of one of those publications. So he could be brought into it. I don't know. So potentially, yes. Juana says, I think Meghan has earned much support as a result of the South African trip, and her father's latest action is mistimed. He needs to re-earn... Well, we've said all along he needs to re-earn her trust, but every time we think there's a bit of a breakthrough, i.e. he's quiet for a while, he then decides, well, I've been quiet long enough, Meghan's not responding, therefore I'm going to talk again. And, you know, that's not how you rebuild trust, I'm afraid. DC says, is it possible for Harry or even Meghan to take over as the head of the Commonwealth, or does it have to be leader of a country? No, it does not have to be leader of a country. Technically, all of the Commonwealth member states could elect anyone who they wanted, technically, but they'd all have to agree on it, and that's the big thing. So, and also would come into play would be family politics. So what I expect would happen is just like the Queen put forward her heir, Charles, at the point when that needed to happen, to be up for nomination. The Commonwealth countries agreed to Charles being king. I think that will repeat itself. I think Charles, at some point in the future, maybe 25 years, because of Charles's age, maybe 20 years in the future, I think Charles will then ask the Commonwealth nations to accept or decline, they don't have to accept, William as his heir to be the next head of the Commonwealth. Now, would they go against, you know, Charles's wishes? I don't know. No one knows that for sure. Would Harry or Meghan, you know, say, well, hang on a minute, Charles, the king who we're actually working for, wants William, but are we going to try and, you know, interject and put ourselves forward? I don't think that would happen. And I think it's pretty safe to say that, you know, Charles, you know, I don't think it's anything to do with favouritism or anything like that, but I do think that Charles would want to follow in the tradition of the heir being the next head of the Commonwealth. So it would be no slight on Harry whatsoever for Charles to put forward William and not Harry, if you see what I mean, because I think it would just be following the line. I think it would just be boiled down to being as simple as that. But I do think that Harry and Meghan will maintain really meaty, important Commonwealth roles all the way through their royal life. So I'm going to skip all the way down to the bottom. Massa says, hi Elliot, you are so handsome inside and out. Well, thank you. We missed the entire chat, so this is all I have to say, but I mean what was said. Thank you so much. What's my opinion on the recent royal tour? Yes, I think they did really well, impeccably well. I don't think they put a foot wrong. I think it went really well, and I'm looking forward to whatever the next tour is. And we all got to see Archie as well, which was really good. So no, I think, as far as I'm concerned, I think it was really good, and I was really happy with the way that it went, and I don't think it could have gone any better at all. Let's just go down again. Annette, hello. Yes, better late than never. Oh, okay. Apparently the hair bun comes with a money back guarantee. Well, that's even better. You can try and then get your money back if it doesn't work. Maria Barr says, I think so too. Other than the obvious, neither Harry nor Meghan seem to want anything other than to benefit their charities without their hands being bound. Auntie D says, no more talk of Krispy Kreme. I already had to resist homemade pound cake today. Lord be offence, doing it for Jesus. Yes, we'll have A& hips for days, won't we, with all this cake we're eating. W Flower, you are more than welcome. Liv Lumla says, I expect in the future the Commonwealth countries might vote for a different country for head of the Commonwealth. The royal family has been heading it for over 100 years now. Again, the problem with that is, what country would they decide upon? You know, in a way, it's kind of, sometimes they may decide it's better the devil you know. Although I don't really think, you know, the last 100 years has, you know, in terms of having, not 100 years, since the Commonwealth was created, I don't think that the monarchy has really put a foot wrong in terms of their relationship with the Commonwealth. So I can't really see a reason why they would want to change it. And like I say, it's easier to just kind of stick with tradition. Although it's not set in stone, it's easier to stick with tradition rather than have a little bit of a squabble and a bit of an infight over who the next head would be. So we'll have, but time will tell. We will have to wait and see. I would love to make lemon drizzle cake, yet alone make everyone lemon drizzle cake. Frosting Payne says, oh, a new royal yacht would be spot on. It would indeed. Carolyn says, I'm still thinking about the Christmas tree. Would all the tiaras look good on the tree? I don't know. I've never tried hanging tiaras on a tree. And what if I needed one? I'd have to take it off the tree, which would be quite funny. Christine says, I've given up donuts. H. the King says, the nearest Krispy Kreme is over 200 kilometres away from me. That is not just a quick dash to get a Krispy Kreme, is it? Right, I'm going to scoot all the way down to the bottom. So if I've missed your comment, I do really apologise. Becky Mungo is continuing the theme. We just bought cheesecake. Had Krispy Kreme a couple of weeks ago. It's okay over the years, but not every day. Yes, well, I've been having Christmas cake almost every day. But look, I've still got a trim waist. So it must be working. The cake diet. Southern Bell 7777 says, yes, a video of me making lemon drizzle and a beer for H. the King to make it through the video. Look, this is what cake does to your waist. Every day, a little bit of cake. Can you see? Yes, looking rather svelte there. That's what cake does. That's what lemon drizzle does to you. Vivian says, just a question about the Duke of York. Will the son of one of his daughters become the Duke? No. It will revert to the crown unless they change it. They could change the rules and, you know, make it a principal duchess, maybe. But I don't think so. It's likely will revert back to the crown. Curtis says, will Prince Harry and Meghan's latest war with the British tabloids affect the relations with the press? Well, it depends which way it goes. I mean, it depends what the outcome is, I think. Will it put them in their place until it's over? I mean, what would happen if, for example, Harry and Meghan lost? It would make, you know, it would be a real gamble. That's why Harry said it's not the safe option, but it's the right option, it's the moral option. So it depends entirely which way it goes, I think. But will it quell them for whilst it's going on? Time will tell on that one. Tom says, or Tom, is it Tom or Thom? Tom says, with a TH, says, I have a friend who uses hundreds of rhinestones, earrings and brooches to decorate her Christmas tree. Wow, I bet that's so glitzy. Especially if you back them up with white lights. I bet that looks dazzling. Yes, I did do a book club. It didn't really work because people were reading it all at different times. So, but maybe I could do that on Patreon. It might be a bit slower of pace. No, Catherine's not expecting yet. Oh no, is Meghan's dad in the paper again? Oh no, I hope not. Frosmo Payne says, a friend of mine has a dream of laying on the conveyor belt and going under the glaze stream. Oh my goodness. Wow. Imagine being glazed. You look all honey glazed, wouldn't you? That would be amazing. How are we doing for time? Oh, we're okay for time at the moment. That's fine. No, I'm not sure about any upcoming Harry and Meghan engagements at the moment. Mona Lisa Smile, talking to Mrs. Fiji, says Meghan couldn't attend Serena's wedding because she was wrapping up filming season 7 of Suits, her last season. Hitting the King says, I loved the final curtsy so much, couldn't put it down. Glad you recommended it. Maybe I could start up the book club again. But it didn't really work last time. But maybe I could recommend like a reading list. Richard and Judy in the UK just recommend like a summer reading list, like of 6 or 7 books, and people just read them. So maybe I could just recommend some books, and you can read them all at your own pace. Mrs. Fiji, you cleaned out her house and found lovely designer gift bags we had from Tiffany's, Hermes, Cartier over the years. Wow. And yes, you can use them for tree decorations. Yes, the Queen Mother's Butler one was really, really good as well. Curtis says, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's Royal Tour on upcoming Wednesday. Yes, I did read in the previous, I think it was the previous chat, I read what we know so far about the tour. So it's quite a big statement, so do go back to that video and check that out. I think I read it in the first part of the video. Yes, the royal family has always had a yeah, I mean, it's always up and down. I mean, it's contentious, I don't know, but it's, it does have its peaks and troughs in terms of relationship with the media and the public. But it's always survived. Yes, that's it. Backstairs Billy was the Queen Mother's, yes, he wrote a book. He was her butler, I do believe. Yes. Oh, does Harry have an engagement on the 10th? I've missed that one then. And I can't think what it is. Stacey says, I would love if you recommend books. I can definitely recommend some books. Mikhail says, Twitter was smart enough to suspend Samantha Markle's account. So Thomas, could you please disappear? Wow. What did she actually say to get suspended? I never really followed her tweets. Elderly Poodle says, I joined a book club and they didn't want to discuss the book. They just talked about their children. I felt like an idiot. That's not good, is it? If you join a book club and they don't talk about the book. Sharona says, Prince Louis will most likely be the next Duke of York, as it can go to the second son of the monarch. Yes, that's probably the most likely course of action. Oh, she was being her normal nasty self. Well, that would do it, wouldn't it, my loves? Who is the author? Backstairs Billy. That's his name. No, that's not his real name. Let me see. He did have a real name. Hang on. William Talon, that was it. William Talon. Backstairs Billy. Curtis says, I mean, will only Prince Harry and Meghan's war with the press affect relations in the future? Like I said, it's hard to tell at present, and I think it all hinges on what the outcome of it is. But I think, will it affect all of the royals? Who knows? I mean, certainly if they lost the cases, it would open the doors for the press to do what they're doing now to Harry and Meghan to others. It would almost give them the green light. So we better hope that they do win their case. Jan Williams says, I joined a book club and every damn book had a Fabio on the... Oh, I remember Fabio. He had the long, gorgeous hair and the rippling torso. Natheta Pre says, Meghan has an engagement October the 22nd, 25th with One Young World and Queen's Commonwealth Trust Leadership Conference. It was announced when she went on maternity leave. Oh, that was a while ago. My brain had forgotten that by now. H.N. the King says, he did have a real name, you don't say. William Talon. Oh no, Mikhail's dogs are whining and they want to go for a walk. Rosary says, if you were to do a documentary on Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, what would you wear for the occasion? How would you decorate your background? Any interviews? Ooh, kilt. Definitely a kilt. But I wouldn't show the crown jewels like he did. Lady Buckingham says, wasn't there a Cady talent? Oh, I can't remember. Yes, My Husband and I by Ingrid Stewart was also another one. Sharona says, will Charlotte become Princess Royal? No, it's not automatic. It would have to be conferred. But obviously the present incumbent would have to not be here anymore, if you catch my drift. Yes, Fabio is still alive. He was in a recent Trisha Paytas video. Music video. Vinnie Blair says, I think they disappeared because they got cease and desist letters from the lawyers. Nothing would stop that trio from making money except legal notice. If it was private, then we don't know. What would Scotland's independence mean for the monarchy? Well, the last time that they proposed independence, they wanted to keep and retain the Queen as monarch of Scotland. So it would just be that she wouldn't be the monarch of the United Kingdom. She would still be the monarch of England and Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland, but she would be known as the Queen of Scotland. She would be the Queen of Scots again in Scotland. So yes, the last time they proposed independence, they wanted to retain the monarch, basically. Liv Loveness says, Fabio was hot though, and still hot too. I mean, he's looking a little older these days, as you can imagine, but he's still got his nice body. Mrs. Mistletoe. Oh, I like Ms. Mistletoe. Love your name. Says, just picked up a copy of the book George and Marina, Duke and Duchess of Kent. Has anyone read this one? I think I have it, but I don't think I've got round to reading it yet. Oh, Mandy. You better not ask that question. Yes, I love Angela Kelly's book as well. Yes, and The Other Side of the Coin is going to be out as well. Is it out now? And if it is out now, I need to get that one. Right, I'm going to wrap things up now for this week. So I will be back next week, and of course I will be posting my weekly vlog tomorrow on my second channel, Elliot's British Life. So please join me on there. Right, I'm going to go. So thank you so much for staying with me for nearly an hour and a half, an hour and 25 minutes. I've really enjoyed it, so I hope you guys have too. If you have enjoyed tonight's video, then please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also do hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. So from me, until next week in Shropshire, mwah to you all, and goodbye.